Welcome to the Caregiver's Compass, and truly thank you for being here. Even if you're listening with monitors humming in the background, even if you're tracking seizure activity, adjusting oxygen, managing a feeding tube, or waiting for the next alarm, even if your attention is split between this moment right here and the complex medical needs unfolding in your home, you're still choosing to show up for yourself. My name is Kim Hindery, and I'm the CEO of the Child Neurology Foundation. I'm also a mom to a child with complex healthcare needs. This journey has not been easy. My story actually began with adoption papers. And if you've never filled them out before, or if you have filled them out, you know how detailed they are. They ask you everything about the child that you feel prepared to parent. At this time, I was working as an intervention specialist, and I had seen firsthand the heartbreak that families who had children with complex healthcare needs experience navigating the healthcare system and the school system. And I truly believed I understood the weight that they carried. And so, ashamed as I am to admit it, I checked the box that said I was not open to adopting a child with complex healthcare needs. I didn't want those challenges. I didn't think that I was equipped for that life. Today, when I look back on that decision, I feel extreme guilt. I feel embarrassment. I feel grief. I feel guilty because I would not trade my daughter for anything in this world. She is absolutely extraordinary, and yet I would not wish the challenges of this life on anyone. Both of those things can be true at the same time. When we adopted our daughter, we did not know that she had two rare brain conditions, polymicrogyria and schizencephaly. We did not know that seizures would become part of our vocabulary, and we didn't know how much our life was going to revolve around appointments, therapies, IEP meetings, medication schedules, and the constant vigilance. Like many of you, we have faced schools that did not understand her needs. And we've also experienced teachers who have loved her fiercely and fought for her. We have encountered clinicians who dismissed our lived experience. And then we've experienced others who have treated us as equal partners in the journey. We have felt judged by people who could not possibly understand that every decision that we make is thoughtful, researched, and rooted in deep love for our daughter. There were seasons when I fell into a deep depression because this was definitely not the life I had so carefully imagined when I filled out those adoption papers. I grieved the sports games and the sleepovers that I thought my daughter was going to have. I grieved spontaneous vacations and just the carefree laughter. I grieved the version of motherhood that I thought I was going to have. There were times that it felt incredibly impossible to balance caregiving and a full-time job. There was so much anxiety around unpredictable seizures, and I was just constantly on edge. And even when things were calm, my body never felt fully relaxed. And then slowly something shifted. I didn't stop grieving completely. I don't think I ever will, but I stopped living only in grief. And I began to notice those good moments. I began to take what I now call the next right step when things felt overwhelming. And I learned that from Brad Thompson, the facilitator of this course. And that phrase became an anchor for me, not thinking 10 steps ahead, not solving everything, just taking the next right step in that moment. I know that right now, showing up for yourself over these next several weeks is going to feel really hard. You may feel guilty. You may feel like there's something else that you should be doing. There is always going to be something else you should be doing, but I promise you that this is going to be worth it. In this course, you are going to hear from families who understand grief. They get stressed. They understand the school challenges, the different sibling dynamics, how it can feel so isolating, and the constant negotiation of finding time to care for yourself. You're going to hear honesty, you're going to hear vulnerability, and I hope you will hear pieces of your own story that are reflected back to you. It is possible to carry this life and still find moments of steadiness. It's possible to grieve and still feel joy. And it is possible to feel exhausted and still be doing an extraordinary job. We are so glad that you are here with us. At the Child Neurology Foundation, you're not alone. We are your community of support. So please reach out anytime. And for now, just take the next right step.